Hi, everyone. A new band for me today, and that is Blondie with the song Dreaming. I have a couple paragraphs to read, and then we'll listen. Blondie is an American rock band formed in New York City in 1974 by singer Debbie Harry and guitarist Chris Stein. Have I heard this name, Chris Stein? I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with all the names. The band was a pioneer in the American new wave genre and scene of the mid-1970s. Blondie was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006, has sold over 40 million records worldwide, and continues to actively perform. Long-lived band. Dreaming was released in 1979, so one of their earlier pieces, and partially inspired by ABBA's Dancing Queen. Well, I've listened to some ABBA, but I don't think that I've heard Dancing Queen yet, so unfortunately, I won't be able to link the inspiration, but it's nice to know that at least. It reached number 2 on the UK singles chart and number 27 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Well, let's see how this sounds. Those are some drums. Pause it there for a minute. A couple things impressed me about this. First is, or stand out to me. First is, okay, this piece is driven by the drums. You could almost have just the drums and the voice alone and have a pretty satisfactory rendition of the piece, I think. Not that the other instruments aren't part of the mix, but the drums are so much the driving factor. Also, it's a female voice. And I guess it's been a little while since I listened to a piece of really rock music with a female voice. So when I say really rock, I mean something with this much drum activity and the feeling of, okay, this is not just a light rock or ballad or you know, pop or other gentle type piece. This is serious rock music, and it's got a female voice as the singer, and actually it goes together pretty well. And that may be one of the reasons actually why it feels like it could work with just the voice and the drums, is because of her voice, which has a sort of, should we say, stringed instrument guitar or violin type feel to it. And so even if the guitar were missing, there would still be that sort of feeling of, I don't know, stringed instrument sustain found in her voice itself. Really interesting. It would have to include the chords. That was a nice moment there. So the drums have been really driving this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then suddenly triple it, stretching it across there. Nice little kind of feeling of stepping on the brakes without actually stepping on the brakes. Let's hear that again. Dream, dream, in the bottle world. Dream, dream, filling up the night out there away. Yeah, nice. And then right back into it. Right in here, I do hear sort of some sonic elements. Maybe it's the melody there, the shape of the melody, as well as the background instruments as well. That having been told, having read, that this was partly inspired by ABBA's music. I've not heard Dancing Queen itself, but since I've heard several of their pieces, I am familiar with their sound a bit. This section could actually, I can hear how it might be inspired by the ABBA sound in general, at least. And that's nice to be able to catch. I am still fascinated by how drum heavy this is, and the fact that it was inspired by ABBA, and yet it doesn't feel at all like an imitation or like it was even trying to be in the same musical subgenre style as ABBA's music. This could be kind of ABBA, couldn't it? Little bit of soprano instrumentation up there. That little echoing, almost in a canon round style. Da, 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 and then another instrument, da, 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 and another, da, 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 another voice as some are holding, da. Nice way to kind of bring it to an end, because really, how do you put the brakes in a piece like this? It's interesting looking at the lyrics too, and how they are set to music. I find it interesting that a song which focuses so much on the word dreaming is so energetically driven, as if, I mean, if I listen to this song, I don't feel like I have much room to dream. It's really progressing and pushed forwards. Dreaming is free. We just walk on by, we just keep on dreaming. Beat feet walk a 2 mile. Meet me at the turnstile. I never met him, I'll never forget him. Dream, even for a little while. Dream, filling up an idle hour. Like, who would think to set something like that to this kind of, really heading towards your goal? I mean, you are moving on this piece of music. You don't stop. You don't, it sounds like somebody who means business, and so interesting to feel the dynamic of the two the music and the lyrics set this way kind of makes me think, all right, what is this really saying here, dreaming, or what is the music saying about the lyrics? And I guess it's one of those where I have to give that some thought to really understand it, unless it's simply a cheery piece of music to set some lyrics that they liked, and maybe they weren't so concerned about whether the music is expressing what's in the lyrics. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes it's perfectly okay. Well, obviously, it feels good here, doesn't it? And well, that's the other thing. This is a Blondie, the band. It's a pioneer in the new wave genre and scene. So, breaking some new ground, I guess. All in all, a fun listen, an energizing listen, and I don't know. I feel like I need to get up and, I don't know, clean the house or go for a fast walk or something like that. I need to move. A great one to get the blood pumping. Well, that was Blondie's Dreaming, and a first listen. I feel like maybe I should listen to another one of theirs at some point in the future, because it would be good to get a bit more familiar, since they were a pioneering band, and since this is such a fun piece of music, I should hear a bit more of them and see, do all of their pieces have this sort of get up and move dynamic, or do they have some other moods and expressions as well? It'd be fun to explore a bit. So I'm sure that'll come some point in the future, and I'll see you soon.